Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to file your taxes in Canada. Filing taxes is an obligation if you're a Canadian resident, if you're an international student, temporary worker, or immigrant, you have to file your taxes. Now, the due date of a personal tax return is on April 30th of the following year. But if you're self-employed or if you have a self-employed spouse, the filing deadline is on June 15th, but the payment of taxes owing is still on April 30th. Before we jump into the tutorial, let's go over how your Canadian taxes are calculated. First of all, you need to enter your gross income, which is how much money you made before any taxes or expenses. It could be a salary from your job, investment, dividend, or capital gains. Now, if you're running a side business, if you're a landlord or you collect rent, if you're selling products online, or if you're a freelancer or an Uber driver, you need to enter that business income as well, which makes your gross income. Now, the next step is to add your tax deductions to decrease your taxable income. Some common tax deductions are RRSP contributions and work from home expenses. And if you run a business, you can claim business operating expenses as a tax deduction, which I'll explain more in a few minutes. Now, we have our gross income minus all of our tax deductions, giving us our taxable income, which we put into our tax bracket to calculate how much money we should pay. We have tax credits as well, but hopefully TurboTax automatically applies all of those tax credits if you're eligible. So there are different versions of TurboTax based on your tax situation. If you want to do your own taxes, you can use the free option for simple tax returns, deluxe for maximizing tax deductions, and premier for investments and rental property. Now, if you want to do your taxes with expert help, it's gonna cost a little bit more. I personally use the self-employed to report my business income and expenses. There is assist and review and full service in which you let tax experts do all of your taxes. This is the full service where you hand off your taxes to experts. And the basic is for simple tax returns, deluxe for self-employed, and premier for investments and property taxes. Make sure to use my referral link below to get 20% off. Alright, welcome to TurboTax. The first thing TurboTax wants to know is how did you do your taxes last year. If you're filing for the first time, if you have used another software, just select it and click on continue. Here you should select your marital status and let them know if it has changed last year or not. Do you have children or financially support another person? Select yes or no, and if you're not sure, click on guide me to make sure which one is right for you. Here you need to enter the rest of your personal info, including your first name, last name, birth date, social insurance number, email, language, and if you're filing a tax return for the first time. I selected no. CRA has received my tax return before. And if that's the case, you need to enter your NETFILE access code, which is an 8-character code on your notice of assessment of your last year. Next, you need to select if you're a Canadian citizen or not. Are you a Canadian Indian? For most people, it's no. Do you want to file your previous last year's? No. Where did you live at the end of the year? Just select your province and let them know if you have moved from another province last year or not. Did you live here? No. Did your residency change last year? If you moved in or away from Canada last year, select yes or no. Here, you should enter your mailing address and phone number and select if you have changed your mailing address or not. Next, you'll review your personal information summary and click on continue. What's new to taxes this year? Here is where you'll find new tax changes for the new year. So make sure to read them. Here you can see the process. We are done with the intro, profile, and now we are going to complete the income section. The first question is, did you work last year? And the answer is yes. Now you should select the ones that apply to you. If you were employed, select the first one and check the tax slip, which is the most of the time a T4 slip. If you were self-employed like a freelancer, contractor, driver, or food delivery, select that one as well. And of course, you want to claim your business expenses as well. If you got any benefits or tips, you can select those as well. Did you have any other income? No. Did you or your spouse receive a split income? Select the one that applies to you. Here you need to answer a few questions about registered saving plans. If you made contributions to a retirement plan like RRSP, select yes or no. Did you withdraw money from a retirement account? No. Did you need to make repayments? No. Did you have income from investments? If you made any interest on investments or sold any stock, cryptocurrency, real or rental property, select yes. Did you have investment income reported on a slip? No. Not reported on a slip? No. Did you sell stocks or other property? No. Did you buy or sell cryptocurrency? Yes. Did you sell capital property? No. Did you elect to defer tax? No. Did you have investment expenses? No. Select yes or no if you had income and expenses from a rental property. If you had any TFSA or RRSP, you can select them here as well. Next, you need to enter your student expenses. So if you were a student or had student expenses from the previous year, select yes. Now you should check the ones that apply, but in most cases it's gonna be tuition fees on a T2202 slip. Did you have moving expenses? No. Did you buy a house this year? No, but I'm gonna buy a house next year hopefully. Did you own a foreign property? No. Did you have any loss or expenses? Did you have any losses to report? No. Did you dispose of a property? No. Do you have this tax credit expense? No. Did you make any donations to charity? No. Are there other deductions? No. Now if you have self-employed deductions, hold on, we are not at the self-employed section yet. Were you a firefighter? No. Did you have impairments? No. Medical expenses, select the correct answer that applies to you. Did you make installments? No. Were you in prison? No. Here you need to review your tax summary and click on continue. Now you can autofill your return. You can connect your CRA account with TurboTax to download and automatically fill in your tax info from your employer and university like your T4 or T2202 slips. So click on continue and sign in to CRA. Next, you can review your income form, tuition form, and federal and provincial tax credit. Finally, you can click on yes, enter this data. So once you're done with your income section and T4 slips, you can go ahead and complete your self-employment income and expenses. Do you have self-employed income and expenses to report? Yes, and continue. Choose the category that describes your type of work. My case was business because I sell products. After reading this checklist, you can click on continue. Now here you should enter your business name. In most cases it's gonna be your full name. Select the fiscal period, which is from January to December of last year. If you're registered and collect GST HST, you can select your number here. If not, just leave it empty and continue. Enter your business address and continue. Enter your 6-digit industry code here. If you're not sure what's yours, you can click on guide to find the correct number. Did any of these apply to you? I don't have any business partners, but I have income from websites. So here you need to enter the websites you made money from, like Amazon or Shopify, and the percentage of your income from those websites. So if all of your self-employed income was online, you should enter 100%. Enter your total revenue here and enter the returns and discounts if you have added in your total revenue. Enter any GST, HST or any other provincial sales tax if you are registered and collected. If not, just leave it empty and continue. Did you sell products that you bought or manufactured? Yes. So if you sold goods, you should enter the value of your opening inventory plus total purchase during the year minus other costs, and finally enter value of your closing inventory at the end of the year. Now here is a quick tip. So if you want to know the value of your opening or closing inventory, you can just Google them, but there are different ways to calculate these numbers. But if you have an accounting software, you can get a profit and loss report as well as a balance sheet report. All of these numbers are going to be there if your accounting software is up to date. Did you have any work-related vehicle expenses? No. So if you use a vehicle for your self-employed work, you can enter some expenses like gas, oil, maintenance, lease payments, and more. Now let's take a look at your work expenses. So if you have paid anything for advertising, you should enter it here. Again, you can find all of these numbers in your profit and loss report. Here, you need to enter how much you paid for meals and entertainments. Did you pay any salaries to anyone, like your family members? No. Did you pay for any business related travel? Yes. Some examples can be taxi, Uber, bus, or airplane ticket. How much did you pay for licenses, business taxes, and dues? So if you paid any fees for keeping your membership in a trade or something related to your business, you should enter it here. How much did you pay for shipping expenses? So if you paid any money for shipping from your supplier from China to your country, or if you shipped from your warehouse to a customer, you can enter those shipping expenses here. Now enter how much did you pay for fuel and how much did you pay for commercial insurance and continue. Now, if you paid any interest for your loans or credit card, you should enter them here. And if you paid any money for repair and maintenance of your office, you should enter it here as well. Did you pay for office supplies? Yes, you can include your office supplies like pens, papers, stationery, and if there are any larger equipment like chair, desk, printer, laptop, you should claim them later. If you paid any money for banking fees like your credit card annual fee, you should claim those here. And if you paid any money for professional advice and service, for example, if you're paying money for software to running your business like accounting software, TurboTax, or anything like that, you should enter that here. Now here, enter how much did you pay for property taxes and how much you paid for rent. So if you are using a part of your home for your business, you shouldn't claim those costs here. We will enter those information later. How much did you pay for telephone and utilities on your business property? So keep in mind, if you're using part of your home for work or business, you should claim those costs later. So if you have any other expenses related to your business, you can enter them here and click on continue. Did you have any fixed assets? So if you had any capital property like furniture, computer, a cell phone, a printer, or anything like that, it's called capital cost allowance, and we are going to enter them here. So if you bought any new capital item, you can enter those additions, and if you have any balances from last year, you should enter them here and click on done. Did you use part of your home for work? Yes. Was this home office used for work only and nothing else? Yes. Here you need to enter the total square meter of your home and the total square meter that you use for work. So if your total square is 50 and you just use 15 square meter, TurboTax is going to calculate 30% of your total rent and utilities, and this is where you need to enter those total numbers as well. Now here is your self-employed or business summary. You can just review these numbers and click on continue. If you had any employment insurance contribution, you can enter it here. If you earned any investment tax credit, you should enter it here. Now you need to enter the location of your business, and if there isn't any other income, we are done with the income section and we can move on and continue the RRSP section. Now you should enter your RRSP deduction limit. So if there is any deduction limit in your last notice of assessment, you should enter it here. And if there isn't any limits, you can just continue. So once you enter your RRSP information, we can go ahead and complete the deduction section. As we mentioned earlier, we had the tuition fee, and once you are done with tuition fees, we can go ahead and review the student summary and deduction summary as well and click on continue. Now let's review our provincial credits and deductions. So depending on the province you live, there are different credits you can claim, but if none of these apply to you, you can click on continue and see what tax credits you can claim. So once you're done with your provincial tax credits, you can go ahead and review and double check everything and verify your personal information like your social insurance number, full name, date of birth, and review your final numbers. Here is about your direct deposit. You can select yes to set up your direct deposit, and if you have entered your direct deposit information before in last year, you can select no and click on continue. Finally, you can click on file. First, you need to review your order and complete the payment. I use the TurboTax self-employed, which costs $45 plus taxes, and once it's done, you can click on file your return. Do you want to register for online mail through CRA My account? I'm going to select no, I'm already signed up. So right now you have the option to print and mail your return, or click on the NETFILE CRA. You get to this page and you need to enter your access code, which is on the last notice of assessment, and click on continue. Congratulations! Now it's a confirmation that CRA has received your tax return, so make sure to take a photo or a screenshot of this page and document it as well. Now that's a wrap. I hope you guys found this video helpful, so make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to watch this video next. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Cheers!